Help me.
Usage.
Subject. Predicate. All right. Go ahead and separate his head from his body. And I'm going to ask you a question. If I flip the W upside down, it turns we into me. Correct. But if you can look over here, Spider-Man, table 8, raise your hand. Did I call on you guys already to get a ticket? Table 9, raise your hand. What is the W that Spider-Man uses in a sentence to connect to? Yes, he uses a web to connect his subject to his predicate. So teachers, I don't have them anymore because the teachers always take them from me. But at Walmart, in the birthday party section, they have about 8 Spider-Man masks where those kids who have great sentences where their subject is connected to the predicate, the action, the verb with a web, then they get to wear that little Spider-Man. And again, silly things like you said, but sometimes we need silly. We need to enjoy ourselves. Okay? So, let me see the pages of usage. 174 to page 184. Again, it's only sentences, so we don't have to practice things that are too hard. Now let's look at that for a second. And I want you to do something for me because I didn't like the way it came out. Let's cross off his pointer finger. So that his thumb and the pinky, so that's the only finger that's sticking up is his pointer finger. So everybody raise your pointer finger once you've done that for me. And we're going to say singular. Singular. That means how many? One. Okay? Since his other hand has more than one, what is plural? Very good. So you're going to say to yourself, is the subject singular? Or is it what? Plural. So put an S and a P right there. And a lot of you said it, but in his body, that if I don't have to start with the subject, we can start with anything. If your teachers teach you sentence structure, parts of speech, but we do need a predicate somewhere.
Yes.
Okay?
It's after the verb.
So, what does predicate start with?
P.
Everybody say predicate.
Predicate.
Action.
Action.
Verb.
Verb.
Predicate.
Predicate. Action. Verb.
All right. What does action start with?
A.
Put a little A right here. What does verb start with?
V.
V. Put a V here. And if you're going to end the sentence with a stop sign, what color are his red shoes?
Red.
So, what does the word ending start with?
E.
So teachers, this is kind of corny, but a sentence is like a street that you pave. You have to keep going on the street until you have the subject and the predicate.
Action.
Then you can have your ending, your stop sign. Help me? Ending, stop sign. All right. You guys are doing a pretty good job. So let's put in between his shoes those 3 stop signs that will have period, exclamation, question mark. Okay? So since Ms. Perales, our sentence is like a street, all the letters and words are like cars on the street. Since we don't have floating cars yet, they should not have floating letters. A lot of kids want letters resting above the line, and what happens is we're going on a roller coaster ride when we're reading their paper. So, repeat after me. All letters must rest on the line. Except G, comma, J, comma, P,
P, comma,
Q,
Q, comma,
and
Y. Period.
very good. So no floating letters, no roller coaster letters. Let's turn it in neatly. Sometimes if there's a problem with usage, subject or verb, they're going to say, hey, sentence number blah, blah, blah has a problem. A problem. So, Miss Perales, if you can tell me a number between 1 and 10. 8. So let's put an 8 right there. She's saying that sentence 8 has a problem with usage. It might be missing the subject, or it might be missing the P, A, or V. All right. So if I don't find it on that sentence, teachers, sometimes if they can't read the whole paragraph, just tell them, make it a bracket around the previous sentence. That means back it up and check the sentence before. So what table number are you guys?
2.
If problem is number 2, I can't figure it out, let me check. Oh, it has a pronoun, miss, but I don't know what the pronoun's talking about. I better go check sentence 1 to see what the noun is. And then I can maybe check it out, the previous sentence. But if I don't know that answer, I might check the following sentence. So if I check previous, in this case, it would be sentence number 1. If I can't figure it out with 2, I check the following sentence. Sentence number
3.
3. But she said, oh, let's look at 8. What comes before 8?
7.
After 8?
9.
Teachers, they don't have to read a whole novel. They can just check, oh, let me check the subject-verb agreement in that little cluster of sentences. All right? So we'll put our 7 before previous, F for the following. But also, teachers, I didn't tell you, but it's kind of a cool secret. We're checking, is the predicate past tense, present tense, or future tense? And sometimes you won't know unless you check the problem sentence, the previous one, or the following. All right, help me. Past,
Future.
simple, compound, past, simple, compound.
Present.
Henry, you are the man. Simple,
Future.
tomorrow I'm going to eat pickles and popcorn. I'm gonna do, but what they do miss is tomorrow I'm gonna eat pickles and tomorrow I'm gonna eat popcorn. No, that's repetition. Just tell me the 2 things you're going to do by saying this. Help me, please. Come together. I want to hear that. Come together right now. And I'm hearing comma. Somebody's telling kids that. Teachers, if you're only doing 2 things, you do not join 2 things with a comma. The word and is a conjunction, but only needs a comma if there are 3 things or more. But there are some teachers out there telling them, every time you see an and or any other conjunction, put a comma. Sometimes we don't need the comma. Sometimes we do. Okay? All right, you guys are an amazing group. Finally, I think we've got, let's go